Hey guys, and welcome to the first of the ban list speculations. There's many of them. So pretty much this is the picture. So I pretty much took the picture, put it on DN, and we are going to talk about it. So be right back in a sec. Alright, and we are back. So it's me, Daily Daniel, and I have my friend here.
Yep, and I go by JPlay or Doc, whichever one you want to prefer. But this is the ban list that we actually saw so far, and it's quite interesting.
Yep, so we're going to go do it card by card, and we're going to pretty much just say how it's going to go down. So, first card banned. Put it on there, yeah. Alright. First card banned. Spellbook of Judgment. Alright, who didn't see this card coming? Like, everybody knows that this card is totally broken. It just pluses them so much. But banning it, in my opinion, is not a very smart move in Konami's play. Banning it yet.
Yeah, like, you guys just got this card, like, literally just got this, and it's already getting the dick. Like, what's up, Konami? You guys are trying to make money of it, or do you guys see it's just too broken? Like, if you shut this card down, you're really going to limit their plays. Not all of them, but you will limit them.
I mean, the card literally just came out in what, like Tachyon?
Yeah.
I mean, they're still making profit off of selling Tachyon. It's not like that set's out of sells. But, you know, if they shut this card down, just this card will make the deck not even top anymore. Because the deck wasn't even top, like, 64 before they got Judgment. Just Judgment allowed them to just replenish their resources and, you know, just blow out of water. And you're trying to sell this new World of Prophecy and Light, oh my god, I almost just said Light Destruction. Judgment of the Light. And it's kind of like, why do I want to play World of Prophecy when you took away my Judgment, you know? And they're probably thinking like, well, maybe this World of Prophecy will be enough to make it up, but no.
I mean, Judgment, for one, let's just get this straight. Judgment is not a fair card.
Oh, no.
It's not fair at all.
It's broke.
But when it comes to actual sense of it's a theme deck, it's their card, they just got it, at least just hit it down to 1. Let them keep the card so they'll keep playing with it, keep on buying more of the spellbook cards, so that way they don't leave the deck completely. You banning it, they're going to leave the deck. They're going to put it down on the ground and they're going to walk away from it like they never saw it.
Yep. Especially salty people who bought like High Priestesses for like 150 and Judgments for like 100 and put like $500 into this deck, and now all of a sudden it's dead. But that's Yu-Gi-Oh for you.
So, yeah. What do we have next?
Next card. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. What?
Banned?
Banned?
Really?
No. That's craziness.
Like, who really runs him? Who like, actually runs? I'm not talking about, like, Elemental Dragons, because they can run him. They sometimes choose not to, though.
Heretics and Chaos Dragons.
Chaos Dragons, they kind of need him.
They need him. Why are you going to take it from Chaos Dragons? You already gave them the D. They don't need any more of the D, Konami.
And the Heretics, that's optional.
That's optional. It's whatever. You know, if you really wanted to hurt Heretics even more, then you could have just put their seal down to 1. But who plays that deck anymore?
For real.
But Red Eyes Darkness Metal, it's kind of like that card where it seems like a move that Konami would do and just randomly hit something. It's, you know, they always have to have that shock factor on the list.
Yeah.
What was it last list that was the shock factor? Oh, Sangan being banned.
I kind of saw that coming, though.
I did, but it was kind of like the shock factor of the list.
It's an old card, and like how a lot of people say, Konami usually doesn't look.
Oh, Carrier.
Oh yeah, Carrier. Was a big shock.
Carrier is the shock. It was just like,
whoa.
Whoa, but this one's like they're giving the prophecy deck, so I guess this is the shock factor. Red Eyes Darkness Metal banned. I don't think he's banned. I think he's like that dragon play that's like, this is my boss monster.
Exactly.
He's really good. Yeah, do it. And it's just like, that's perfectly fine, you know? He's really strong, but is he ban worthy? I don't think so.
Yeah, I see him, the light pulsar combo, but even there, it's not him that's the problem, it's the light pulsar.
Yeah. So, there we go. Those are our 2 ban cards for this list, this speculation. So, of course, we got that Acrobatic Monkey Spacer.
So banned.
I know. Acrobatic Monkey, ban him. No, too broke.
And he's a normal monster?
I know, man.
Rescue Rabbit?
Shoot, yeah, just Rescue Rabbit, 2 Acrobatic Monkeys, make a Zen mains? What?
That's too much power.
Alright. We're done joking around. Alright, so limited to 1. Wow.
They're just giving props to the deck.
Magician, really? So ban Judgment and hit Magician down to 1. Wow. Just kill Prophecy, I guess. Just no more Prophecy. Just give him the D.
All that money you put on it, you know, you want to get that PlayStation 4 or that Xbox One, don't get the Xbox One. But you just wasted all your money for Prophecy when you could have got that, and now look, all of it gone.
Wow.
Just gone.
I mean, if this is really the list, then wow. Oh my god.
They don't like prophecies. not feeling them.
No. So, this guy, when he's normal flip, you get to search for Spellbook. He's the searcher. If you didn't ban Judgment and you wanted to hit Prophecy, this would be a smart hit.
Yeah.
But banning Judgment plus this is just...
They're killing Prophecy. They literally do not want Prophecy to top anymore.
And it's not like Prophecy is the top deck.
It isn't. Isn't it like 62 to 22? Like, isn't Prophecy 22%?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not going to hit the dragons that hard. Well, we don't know yet. We haven't looked at it yet.
In comparison to
them, they're not hitting them hard at all.
No.
Because they didn't even ban none of the dragon cards.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Wow.
I'm kind of astonished by this. They really don't like Prophecy.
So Magician to 1, okay. Alright, also limit to 1. Super Juve, okay, who didn't see that coming? But in my opinion, I think it should be banned because in the end, it's still a pot of greed. It's really not the big dragons that go with the Super Juve, it's the babies. So, they can still go like baby, Super Juve, draw 4, draw 2. It's still a pot of greed. And of course, since card destruction is not banned, card destruction plus this 1 Super Juve, it's still not a bad play, You can still plus a whole bunch. So, in my opinion, I think this card should have been banned, but hitting it to 1, I guess, just to make it a little bit less consistent to get it.
I think they hit it to 1, and the only reason why I say that I think they hit it 1 and the reason for is just because it's a theme card. Even though they already have another card, which is their 7 lights.
Yeah, the 7 sword card.
Yeah, they have that already. So, but they don't use it because they have this. So, hitting it down to 1, it's not really going to stop the problem. It's going to limit the problem because now they can't go, oh, I discard all of this, I get this, Super Rejuve, in phase, Super Rejuve, and get like plus 12 off of fucking 3 cards. Like, no, you're doing too much, go home. So, hitting it down to 1, they'll just have that pot of greed, and it'll just be like, oh, well, you play dragon, so here, we'll give you this 1 dragon card that is kind of okay. But at the same time, it is still ban-worthy. I would see how it is at 1. If it still causes a problem, Konami, just kill it.
Kill it in March, yep. Alright. And Gold Sark. Wow, okay. So Gold Sark goes from 3 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 1. This thing is just jumping up, and down on this list. This is just craziness. So, of course, Gold Sark with dragons, you banish the dragon, search for a dragon. It's kind of like the whatever play, When I did the ban list revisit, I said that, Gold Sark isn't, like, the best card to hit. It won't hurt them much. But, if they want to put it back down to 1, I guess you can go ahead. I guess if they put the Super Juve down to 1 and the Gold Sark to 1, I feel that maybe they would... No. I was about to say that they would start playing Necroface, but since as you guys can see, we're coming up to the dragons, and you can see that they're being semi-limited. That wouldn't be a smart play, because you go Gold Sark for Necroface, mill off the top... remove from play the top 5 cards of your deck. If you hit 2 of your dragons...
You lost a lot of your play.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
Gold Sark, when I first started seeing dragons, I will admit this, I told them, ban Gold Sark. Because of the fact that I was salty, mainly. And also, like, with dragons, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Because they banish it, they get that effect, but they used up that effect for that turn. They can't do the same dragon effect again. So, at that sense, it's an okay card, it evened out. But we get back to the point of how much plussing they're doing, because they have the Super Rejuve and the swords, and they also have their regular dragons and hand destruction. So all of it together, I can see... card destruction. All of it together, I can see why they would hit it down to 1, but at the same time, is it really that going to be that big of a problem? And from as you guys can see, obviously, they're hitting more dragon stuff, so I don't see why they really hit it down to 1 when they hit the dragons also, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, like on my video with the revisit, I did check out OCG decks of dragons. Good majority of them, no Gold Sarks at all. So, putting Gold Sark to 1 when they don't run any, it's kind of like, okay, sure. Alright, so that's our limited to 1 cards. Acrobatic Monkey Spacer again. He's banned, limited, and he's everything. Alright, and now we're going to get right into semi-limited. So, semi-limit, all of the dragons, all 4 of them.
Which, I'm actually really surprised about that. I am, because, like, me and a couple other Yu-Gi-Oh! Dealers that are locals, and a few other people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! So they all say that the dragon themselves aren't really the problem.
No, they're not, but you gotta look at it in this sense of the Elemental Dragon deck.
Right.
the Elemental Dragon deck itself is the only deck that actually runs all 3 of the dragons at 3. When you take the dragons and you put them into their own attributes, like, the fire has the blaster, and the Machina has the Redox, Dragundis have wind, and Mermals have the water.
Yeah.
They only run 2.
Really?
So yeah, they only run 2.
Oh, okay.
They run 2 of the big dragons and 1 baby. So it really doesn't hurt them. Bro, really, putting these dragons down 2 really only hurts just the Elemental Dragon deck itself.
So they really just aimed out for the Elemental Dragon players.
Pretty much, while keeping the cards for the other decks just perfect fine. It's actually a smart play. I just didn't really see it coming.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Especially because didn't this shit just come out?
Yeah, it just came out. But, the deck is really powerful.
Yes, it is. It already, 62, 64%?
It's like, at Worlds, it's like 29 Dragon players and like 3 Spellbooks, so...
So that's way over dominating.
So, you already know who the top 8's gonna be, and you remember, like, when there's like 7 Inzectors, 1 Exodia, remember that?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, it's not a bad call. Hitting all the dragons down to 2 is not a bad call. I just didn't see it coming,
Me
so...
either.
If this is really it, then Konami, I'm gonna have to applaud you on that one. That's a pretty good play.
And if we look at all of it, the Super Reju plus the Gold Sark and the Dragons down to the 2, they're not really killing the deck. They're just making you actually work for it, not be autopiloted anymore.
You pretty much got to get creative with it now, because now you got like 2 of each of the dragons, so that's 8 cards. And are you still gonna play 2 of the babies?
No, it'll probably get down to 1.
There'll
be no reason to run 2 of them.
Yeah.
Unless you really want to search for it.
Because you can miss at that point. Your babies could be a dead draw, because your dragons are at 2 now.
Yeah.
You're only gonna play 1 Super Drew, 1 Gold Sark, so you got to actually make your deck. You're not gonna just be spoon fed like 3 of each of the dragons, 2 of the babies. All right, that's 20 cards already. So. So if this is really it, then Dragon players, let's see what you can do next format, or if you're just gonna try to quit. But you're not dead like Prophecy, so you might actually be able to.
You guys still have a fighting chance. Prophecy, I'm sorry.
So here we go. Speaking of Prophecy, Spellbook of Secrets to 2. So you get that Ban That Judgment, Magician to 1, and Secrets to 2. You're dead. You're dead. It's over.
Let's see here. They hit both y'all searchers.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all plus.
Yeah, and your Super Plus card.
So let's see here. Spellbook of Secrets. Add 1 Spellbook card from your deck to your hand. Except for Spellbook of Secrets, you only activate 1 Spellbook of Secrets per turn. So they hit that down to 2. Plus they hit Little Boy down to 1. So
if it was me and they wanted to do that, in my opinion, I would have done it the other way around, like Secrets to 1 and Magician to 2, Little Boy to 2, because at least Little Boy can be Veilered and count as their normal summon. Secrets is just like, oh, Searcher. But this deck, if this is really it, this deck is dead. If you have the Spellbook deck, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're real sorry.
This is just booty.
I actually don't I actually agree with you. Like, I don't really understand why they did Secrets down to 2 and Little Boy to 1, where, my opinion, personally, Secrets is more powerful than Little Boy. Yes, you have your Star Hole. Yes, you can power up your Little Boy. But when it comes down to it, what can I negate more? Your spells or your monsters? And I can negate your monsters better than I can negate your spells. On first turn of you going, I can negate your Little Boy with an Effect Veiler. On the first turn, I cannot negate your Secrets.
There's nothing I can do, But in my opinion, just hitting that Judgment just takes the deck, like, from the top tier deck, just taking your Judgment and banning it, you're off tier. You're not top tier anymore. But all of this, it's over, You
can't be. Like, you lost your Judgment, Little Boy's down to 1, and your Spellbook of Secrets down to 2. So, what are you going to do? I would like to see it.
I would like to see what you're going to do next form if this is really the ban list. Alright, to 2. Mezuki to 2. Yeah. With the whole vampire deck, I get it. It makes sense. But Mezuki has a looper, it's just, it loops itself. And then, it's not the smartest card to bring back to 2, but if Konami wants to do it and just see how it goes, then, more power to him. Do you have anything to say about Mezuki to 2?
I love zombies. I used to actually play zombies myself. I don't have the deck no more. But, I have really nothing to say with it. By him himself, when we get to the next card, I have something to say with it.
Alright, so as you can see right next to him is his buddy Plaguespreader.
There we go. There we have it. And now, we have him and him to 2. So that means we will get that loop with no problem. And especially for people who play the other zombie. He's level 4. He's a light one. I think his name is like Shutenjo, something like that. But basically, what he does is...
Oh, the one that gets to remove from play
Yes.
back to the top of your deck, or
Yes.
you banish 2 to draw a card?
Yes.
Him? Yeah.
So with that, plus Mezuki and Plaguespreader, you're looking at a lot of loops.
Yeah.
And the other guy, he's at 3.
Yeah.
And don't forget the Book of Life and
All
their other wonderful cards, not even counting their synchros.
Yeah.
So if this really happens, I applaud Konami for the promotion more of zombies, but I really wish they would have just done it with new cards.
I mean, if it were up to me, I'd keep Mezuki to 1. If they were like, hey, we want to do something with zombies, what, and they asked me, I'd be like, give them Plaguespreader to 2, because Plaguespreader it's kind of not the best card. It's no Glow Up Bulb. Where Glow Up Bulb, it's like, it's in the graveyard, mill off the top of the deck, summon Glow Up Bulb, it's like, But Plaguespreader, you kind of get that neg where it's kind of like, to use its effect, you gotta take a card from your hand, put it on top of your deck, and
special summon it.
Your opponent knows that you're not drawing anything new. It's
right.
like, so Plaguespreader going up to 2, that's fine, but Mezuki is kind of like that iffy, like,
that's that room for it.
Yeah.
That's what makes Plaguespreader worse than he already is.
Yeah, so, that's okay, I guess. And 2, Monster Gate. Remember this card? I bet no one remembers this card. Yeah, I remember this card because it was like before it was Monster Gate and God, what's that card called? Oh my God, the one where you activate it and you mill off cards off the top of your deck. Shit, it's a spell. It's a spell card.
Oh, the spell card.
Oh my God, I can't remember.
I don't know that one.
Reasoning.
Oh, Reasoning. Okay.
Reasoning. Reasoning and Monster Gate were both at 1, so I was kind of like watching them. And then Reasoning went up to 2, and I was like, why did Reasoning go up to 2 when Monster Gate is much worse? With Monster Gate, you actually got to tribute a monster. Reasoning, you just activate it, your opponent calls a number, and, you mill off your deck, and if they get it wrong, then you get to summon, Monster Gate, you got to tribute a monster, so pretty much you summon the monster, you have a monster, you activate this, you tribute a monster, so you neg 2 just to summon, so you're neg 1ing yourself. Already, and you just reveal the top cards of your deck until you get a monster that can be normal or special summoned, and monster that can be normal summoned, then you special summon it. That's really weird wording. And then all the other cards go to the graveyard, so with this card at 2, it's kind of like meh, I guess. I don't know.
People I could truly see plussing from it are Light Sworns,
Chaos
Dragons. Other than that,
I don't know.
I don't know at all, because I don't know who even tributes anymore.
Yeah.
Like, who tributes? And then that Acrobatic Monkey.
Oh yeah, Acrobatic Monkey.
Up to 3 now. Guys, are you happy?
I know, you can play 3 Acrobatic Monkeys now. Yeah, you see, unless it's banned, or limited, or at 2. But you can play 3, yeah. Your choice. Alright, so we're going to get to unlimited to 3. So, Pot of Duality. Yeah, remember when Pot of Duality was at 3 and everybody played at 3 and then it went down to 2 and everybody's like, no! And then they were like, 2 is fine, 2 is fine. And pretty much it went down to 2 because of heroes and their consistency and Gravekeepers, Gravekeepers, how they are. But it goes back up to 3. How many of you guys are actually going to play 3 again? It's kind of like, I mean, everybody and their mother hates going Pot of Duality, revealing like, oh look, Pot of Duality, my Pot of Duality, yeah, I heard you like Pot of Duality, so I'm put a Pot of Duality in your Pot of Duality, so you can grab your Pot of Duality, you can't activate it again the same turn, and you still can't special summon, So, really, who's really gonna play 3? I might play 3 in my Yubel deck that has my Doom Shaman. Doom Shaman. I don't play Pot of Duality in that one because, I don't want to be like Pot of Duality, Yaksha, then summon, and then I get turned to tribute, and then I can't destroy something in my hand.
I got
it's not the best one, but I might think about it. I might make room for it just to make myself a little bit more consistent. But, it going to 3, it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah, like, I run Pot of Duality myself in my Blackwing deck, and, I wouldn't even run 3 if they gave me another one, to tell you the truth. I really wouldn't, because I don't see the need to.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine at 2. If you do 3 and you want to run 3,
more
go
power
ahead.
to it. Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, sure. All right, Mirror Force to 3. Okay, it's kind of like that card. That's kind of like,
yeah.
I mean, it didn't do this well this format. It's like cards like Draco Sack and stuff. It just didn't really do that well. So. If they want to try it at 3, go ahead. But I remember this card was limited to 1 for so long that it going back up to 3 is kind of like, like the kid in me is kind of like, no, not Mirror Force, no, it's too broke, it's too broke. But when you compare it to cards like Deep Prison, to cards like Bottomless and Compulse, and you know, oh, you're just looking at that $80 price card. That must be from the original. You know.
With Mirror Force, at 3, it's just gonna be annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all it's gonna be. Like, I don't see it being like, oh, that's doing too much. No, it's just gonna be annoying now. Like, you're gonna make me either use my Royal Decrees or MSTU more. That's all.
I feel like that people are gonna play it like when it went up back to 2, when there's that 1-2, and then more people were more cautious with it. They turned their monsters to defense position before they actually attack. So it being at 3, people will be a little bit more cautious. It's not a bad play. So I guess sure, go ahead. Earth back up to 3, I guess if you want to. They really tried to hit TG agents really hard. Here in the TCG, we never really experienced that deck, but the OCG was causing a problem. So Earth went down to 1 and TG Striker went down to 1 at the same time, and we were kind of like, whoa. I mean, when it came to Earth, I kind of understood because, you went to the store, you purchased 3 of the structure decks of Master Hyperion, slapped them together with 3 Earths, activated your Sanctuary in the Sky, because you've never heard of Earth, really.
No, I don't really know much about it. That's why I was reading,
It's a searcher.
Oh, so that's your search for Master Hyperion.
Yeah, if you have a Sanctuary in the Sky. But the agent decks now don't run Sanctuary in the Sky, so it pretty much just search you for another agent, which I think you would get like Venus and summon your Shine Balls and make a gotchi. The play wasn't like amazing.
Right.
And this is a tuner, so.
Oh, it's a tuner too?
Yeah.
So I can see them doing some synchro plays, go to 8, maybe 6.
It's okay, but once again, it's kind of like. So you can have him back at 3. Let's see what you can do. Keep in mind that, do you see Ophion anywhere on here? So, if you want to play agents, have fun with Ophion. Because, Dragon's out of the way and Spellbook's out. Well, Dragon's hurt and Spellbook's out of the way. Lots of people are going to be picking up Ophion and being like, ha, I'm going to rule the format. As you can see, Fire Fist and Mermills are untouched on this list. So, it's going to be water and fire for next format with this list, while Ophion's gonna try to pop its head and be like, "Hey, I can take out the Mermail sometime." And if you try to do that 3-axis and synchro summon for your Horse Prince, I got Ophion. Not today. So that's pretty much what it'll be. So people who want to pick up agents, you got your what's it called, Transmodify. Yeah, that
spell card?
That new spell card that came out, Secret and Judgment of Life, that you pretty much tribute a monster, and then you summon a monster that's 1 level higher, that's the same type and a tribute as monster summon. So if you want to try to do that, more power to you. But once again, Ophion with this list, Ophion's going to be trying to be one of the top again.
And Ophion players will probably start running Mirror Force because they really need to.
Oh yeah, just to block attacks. Alright, so also 2-3. Archlord Kristya. Oh, I really didn't like Kristya.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kristya.
Wow.
Everybody remembers him. You remember Dark Armed?
It's attack power of my Dark Armed Dragon too.
Yeah, I remember it's like the light Dark Arm, and this guy is way more powerful.
Yeah,
it's just like, hey, I summon Kristya. Hey, I get to freaking special summon a card from my hand, from my graveyard to my hand. Yeah, it's like, hey, I get these 2 special summons, but then, hey, no more special summons,
None for you.
None for you. And it's just like, he's a 28 beater. He's hard to get over. And, and when he would be sent to the graveyard, you just put him back on top of the deck. So if you still have 4 fairies, it's kind of like, again. But, once again, it's kind of for the fairy deck, the Hyperion deck.
Yeah.
And once again, same argument. Ophion says hi. So if they bring out Ophion before, you can bring out Kristya then.
Which they will.
Which they will.
You have to have 4 fairies in your graveyard, right?
You can special summon with Valhalla.
Who's Valhalla?
Remember that spell card, Valhalla, that's kind of like called the Mummy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can just Valhalla, special summon Kristya.
Oh, so it doesn't have to go by his condition anymore? No. Oh, okay, that's kind of broke.
Yeah. Or you can have a level 7 fairy, and then you can transmodify into Kristya.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because technically speaking, you're just bringing them out on the field.
Yeah, because this card doesn't say cannot be special summoned.
Yeah, it said if.
So if you have somebody, you can special summon it. Yeah, if you want to, you can tribute 2 for him.
Look at that price.
Yeah, it's an expensive card, I think it only comes secret. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
So, Kristya back up to 3. Sure, why not? And the card that almost everybody was like, why is this still at 1? Going back up to 3. Sure, why not? Is TG Striker. So, he's been at 1 for a long time. I said on my first list, on my biased one, I said he could go up to 2. I thought Konami would be like, hey, 2, and then test the waters and go to 3 like they did with Tsukiyomi. The weird thing is Tsukiyomi's not on here at 3.
No, she's not.
That's weird. So, if your opponent controls no monster, if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, special summon it. So, Cyber Dragon. He's a tuner, level 4. Sure, why not?
Level 2.
Oh, level 2. I was just trying to think about. I was thinking about Madoches. I was thinking about Madoches. I'm reading this because I was like, oh, Madoches can play this. He can be like, oh, TG Striker summon the kitty cat and make a beast. But beast to negate the spells of prophecy. Oh wait, they're dead.
Yeah.
And during the phase this card was destroyed in Central Graveyard, you can add a TG monster except for TG Striker so you can't add him when he's destroyed. So it's kind of like.
With the TG deck, since I actually had that deck, I could semi-see why he was at 1, but in this day and age of Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's no reason for him to be at 1.
No.
Back in the day, I could understand why he was at 1, because of how much plus you could do with it, plus you have a lot of TG cards that you can synchro with your hand. I think that's the Magician. Yeah, the Magician. If you play him, he's a level 1 tuner. You can synchro, as long as the monsters in your hand are TGs, you can synchro with them in your hand, and then they'll synchro with Striker for that last synchro just to give you that nice little kill you. But in this day of age of Yu-Gi-Oh!, they need that play. They need these plays now. Because if they don't have it, they're just going to get crushed. And once again, like my friend said many times, Ophion says hi.
Yeah, so this is the first of many ban list speculations. I think so far I have 3. So each day at 1:30 you are going to get one. So tomorrow you're going to get one, and then the day after that you're going to get another one. And they're all just supposedly real ban lists. So is it time yet? I mean, Worlds is coming up. I might see it there. I am going to Worlds with my friend. And yes, Jay.
I'm so excited. This is my first Worlds I've ever been to.
This is my first Worlds I've ever been to. Yeah. I mean, this is the first time I ever brought it here. Most of the time it was like, oh yeah, Worlds is in like China.
Oh wow.
Like
they're doing too much.
How'd I get to China? But it's just like, hey, Worlds is in Vegas. Like, oh,
and
cool.
then also I heard that we're getting a terminal now.
Yeah, they're bringing a dual terminal, and they're gonna leave it here for us. So it's pretty cool because out of all the states in the United States, Vegas is the only one that doesn't have a dual terminal.
Really is just Vegas?
It's just Vegas. It's just us. It's just Nevada. If you want to go to a dual terminal, you got to go out to California, and it's just like, wow, okay. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Wise, dual terminal, if there's some good stuff in there, you can put like $100 in and get like $300 back in value of cards. So
that's not bad.
That's not bad. So it's be cool. So not sure if you guys enjoyed this ban list speculation. Like I said, this isn't my list, so. Please don't dislike my video just because you don't like the list. It's going to be really bad. It's in bad taste. Tell me what you guys think of this list, and you're going to get another list tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.